You ever swear you will start, then your brain hits eject. Today we will force momentum without motivation using the Lotus Method safely. This is not hustle hype. It is neuroscience plus structure. Reduce friction, aim attention, and make the next action so small resistance collapses. We are putting your brain on the stand. Not to blame it, just to understand why it avoids hard things. Then override that pattern. Hard tasks trigger threat circuits. Your amygdala screams danger, while the prefrontal cortex negotiates. When stress wins, planning disappears. Dopamine is not pleasure. It is go-do. When reward feels uncertain, dopamine drops, and the brain hunts quick certainty scrolling, snacks, anything. The Lotus Method turns one scary goal into 8 clear petals. Each petal becomes controllable. Move your brain, can actually execute. Give me 8 seconds per scene and 20 minutes total, and you will leave with a working system to do hard things on demand. If you rely on mood, you will repeat this loop. We are building a switch, a script your nervous system obeys, even when you are tired. Cortisol can help you focus short term, but chronic cortisol makes hard tasks feel heavier. We will use stress as fuel, not fire. Here's the promise. You won't become a robot. You will become reliable because your environment and steps do the motivating for you. Your brain is not lazy. It is protective. When it senses uncertainty, it stalls. We will replace uncertainty with a map. The Lotus Method is a flashlight. It does not remove difficulty. It removes ambiguity, the real toxin that makes your brain freeze. We will use attention like a laser, one pedal, one micro step, one timer. That is how you beat overwhelm without fighting yourself. If motivation disappears, good. We do not need it. We need a sequence that starts you anyway and keeps you moving with minimal willpower. Let's begin right now. Pick one hard thing, and I will show you exactly how to force progress using the Lotus Method. Immediately, we reduce threat and friction. By 10 minutes, you will be working. By 30 days, the brain learns hard things are safe. Your anterior cingulate detects conflict, effort versus comfort. The more conflict, the more avoidance. We will lower conflict by shrinking decisions. Too many choices burns executive function. The Lotus Method pre-decides your options, so you stop debating and start doing. We add an if-then trigger. If it is 900, then I open a file and write one sentence. The brain loves scripts. Timers reduce perceived endlessness. 5 minutes is psychologically small, but neurologically powerful because starting creates dopamine prediction that reward might happen. We remove the strongest competitor, effortless dopamine. Distance is not moral. It is math. More steps to distract means fewer distractions chosen. The first win is a 2-minute start, not finishing starting. Completion is optional today. Starting is non-negotiable because it rewires your identity. Center is your hard thing. Petals are categories of effort. You will never ask, "What should I do?" You will just pick a petal. Each petal breaks into 8 micro-actions. That is 64 options, but you only choose one. The point is clarity, not complexity. A micro-action must be embarrassingly doable. Open the document, name the file, write a header. If it feels silly, it is perfect. We reinforce with tiny rewards, a check mark, a stretch, a sip of water. Rewards teach the brain that effort predicts safety. Your brain forces hard things best when physiology is stable. Decent sleep, hydration, and light movement. We are building performance medicine, not suffering. If you are panicky, downshift first. Slow exhale, breathing lowers arousal. You can't force focus while your body thinks it is being chased. Don't fight distractions. Park them. When a thought appears, write it down. That frees working memory and keeps attention on the pedal. In the command center, we lower threat and friction, raise clarity, and add reward. Those 4 levers change behavior predictably. Day 1 is about proof. One micro-action completed tells your brain, I can do hard things without dying. That is the first rewrite. By week 1, your start latency shrinks. You still feel resistance, but it is quieter. The brain stops treating the task like a threat. By day 30, the Lotus Method becomes a habit loop. Cue, micro step, reward. Habit beats heroics. You will feel calmer doing harder work. If you have severe depression, ADHD, or crippling anxiety, methods help, but medical evaluation may be necessary. We optimize safely, not blindly. Now the villains arrive: fear, perfectionism, and distraction. The Lotus Method works because it does not argue with them, it outmaneuvers them. Perfectionism is avoidance in a tuxedo. It demands certainty before action. We will force action first, then let quality catch up later. Uncertainty spikes prediction error, which feels uncomfortable. Your brain escapes discomfort by quitting. We will reduce uncertainty by defining the next 10 seconds. When stuck, shrink time. What can you do in 10 seconds? Open the tab. Write a title. The brain can't resist something tiny. When dopamine is low, do not demand passion. Add immediate reward and visible progress. Dopamine rises when effort predicts payoff, even small. Distraction is not a character flaw. It is a competing reward schedule. Increase friction to distract. Decrease friction to work, and choice becomes obvious. Some days you can't think. Fine. Do the setup pedal, clear desk, open files, set timer. Setup is progress that invites work. If arousal is high, your prefrontal cortex goes offline. 2 minutes of slow breathing restores control. Calm is a cognitive tool. Identity cues matter. Say, I am someone who starts. It sounds cheesy, but it primes behavior and reduces internal negotiation. We prevent rabbit holes by bounding research. Choose 1 micro-action. Skim 3 abstracts, then stop. Structure protects you from infinite work. Boredom is a brain's protest. Timers make boredom survivable. You are not trapped. You are training attention for 5 minutes only. Effort feels expensive until repetition proves safety. Each micro start reduces perceived cost next time. That is neural adaptation, not motivation. First drafts should be bad on purpose. Ugly drafts bypass fear circuits. You can't edit a blank page, but you can always edit chaos. Park the critic. Schedule it. I will judge this at 4:00. The brain relaxes when criticism has a container, not free roaming. Late panic sessions raise cortisol and poison sleep, which destroys executive function tomorrow. We prefer consistent, shorter sessions over heroic marathons. Top-down view. You pick 1 petal, not the whole flower. Multitasking is attention murder. Single target work is how hard things happen. Spike is front-loaded. Once you start, discomfort usually drops. Your brain lies by stretching start pain across the entire session. When confusion appears, do not grind harder. Switch to clarify and write the exact question you are stuck on. Questions turn fog into targets. The Lotus Method turns chaos into navigation. You always know where you are, what is next, and what done today actually means. Obsessing over finishing triggers threat circuits. Hide the finish line. Your job is the next step, and finishing arrives through repetition. Harsh self-talk raises stress and fuels avoidance. Use neutral language. This is hard, and I can do the next step, then move. If your body is depleted, forcing work backfires. Refuel with water, a short walk, and food if needed. Biology sets the ceiling. Shame makes tasks feel dangerous. Process makes tasks mechanical. We build a process you trust, even when confidence feels low. Celebrate tiny wins with simple acknowledgement. The brain tags behavior with value. Value increases repetition, and repetition builds mastery. Overwhelm is a signal, not truth. Zoom out, choose 1 petal, let the rest fade. A single target calms your system. Starting the timer creates an endpoint. Endpoints reduce threat, and threat reduction restores executive function and steadier attention. After about 10 days, starting becomes less dramatic. Your nervous system learns a routine ends safely, and safety drives behavior. Around day 20, the method feels boring in a good way. Boring means stable, and stable means reliable execution. When the step feels terrifying, make it smaller until it's laughable. Tiny steps bypass fear, because fear can't argue with tiny. Now we go deeper into the circuitry behind discipline, why habits win, how dopamine learns, and how automation gets recruited. Habits live in the basal ganglia. The goal is not forcing forever. It is training automation, so hard things start with less effort. Every habit needs a cue. Same time, same place, same first click, then reward. Predictability teaches the brain faster. When default mode dominates, you drift and worry. A clear micro step flips you into task mode by giving direction. Meaning reduces perceived effort. Connect the goal to values, health, family, craft, and your brain tolerates discomfort longer. Unpredictable reward crushes drive. Small predictable rewards stabilize dopamine and persistence. You are training learning signals, not bribing yourself. Focus requires controllable arousal. If you are too activated, cognition narrows the threats. Breathing widens cognition back to problem solving. Recovery is not optional. The prefrontal cortex is expensive. Without breaks and sleep, self-control degrades and hard tasks feel impossible. Use short blocks, work, then break. The break prevents fatigue. Consistency beats intensity when you want reliable output. Make a behavior easy and distraction costly. Your brain follows the path of least resistance. So engineer the path. Blood sugar crashes mimic low willpower. Eat and hydrate strategically. Stable physiology makes hard tasks feel less threatening. Accountability works by adding social reward. Keep it gentle, one check-in, one deliverable. Support builds consistency. Your brain hates carrying unfinished tasks. Write them down. External storage reduces rumination and frees working memory. You are training the start reflex. After enough repetitions, starting becomes neutral, and neutral starts are the foundation of discipline. Define what done means. Ambiguous done creates endlessness. Clear done creates an endpoint that reduces threat and improves execution. When stuck creatively, generate 8 bad ideas fast. Quantity lowers fear, and one idea becomes usable after light editing. Regulation is not suppression. It is steering. Name the feeling, breathe twice, choose the next microaction, then proceed. Use a physical anchor, one sticky note with a next step. Your eyes return to it, and attention follows. Audit triggers weekly and remove one at a time. Systems improve by iteration. Change one variable, measure outcome, repeat. Confidence is earned after action, not before. Each completed micro-step builds self-efficacy and lowers perceived danger. At 30 days, you are not forcing anymore. You are following a train groove, and resistance triggers the method automatically. Discipline often looks like sameness. Same desk, same time, same first click. Repetition reduces negotiation and preserves momentum. Temptation peaks in small windows. Interrupt the first reach, turn away. Add distance, and you often save the whole session. Micro recovery matters. Stand up, stretch, reset your eyes. Small breaks prevent fatigue from turning into avoidance. Use to lists, today's pedals, and a parking lot. This stops your brain from carrying everything at once. Repetition thickens the pathway. Each start makes the circuit faster and quieter, like insulation building on a wire through practice. Prepare the runway. Open tools, close extras, set the timer. Starting becomes one motion, not a negotiation. End the session on purpose. Place a done for today marker and choose tomorrow's next step to protect your return. Lower threat and friction. Raise clarity and reward. Those 4 levers change behavior predictably, even when motivation is low. Missing a day does not erase progress. Return with the smallest micro step. The comeback teaches your brain safety. Minimum viable progress beats heroic bursts. One micro action keeps identity intact and makes tomorrow easier, even on low energy. Create a focus corridor, one target, one timer, fewer inputs. Attention travels forward when the environment stops pulling it sideways. Close with a 2-minute review. Capture what worked and place tomorrow's next micro step where you can't miss it. Meaning is fuel. When the goal connects to values, effort feels less threatening and persistence becomes easier to access. Identity cues reduce internal debate. I am the kind of person who starts primes action, then action reinforces identity. Micro step stack into real output. You do not need a breakthrough mood. You need repeated starts that compound. One loop wins. Cue, micro step, reward, repeat. That is the Lotus Method in practice, and it beats willpower long term. When the system is built, the mind follows. Start small, repeat daily, and hard things become navigable and normal. High stress elevates cortisol and can suppress deep focus. When life is on fire, you need smaller steps and stricter boundaries, not more self-blame. Stop intense work before bed. Late cortisol spikes steal sleep and sabotage tomorrow's focus. Real discipline starts by protecting recovery like a clinician would. Sleep repairs executive function. Cool, dark. Quiet reduces awakenings, and better sleep makes hard tasks feel lighter the next day, not magically easy. When efficiency climbs, you can reduce wasted time in bed safely. Don't cut below need. Freshness and daytime function are the only scoreboard. Use caffeine strategically and early. Late caffeine fragments sleep and increases avoidance tomorrow. Stable energy beats sharp spikes every time. Your minimum effective dose is personal. Start with 10 minutes daily. Daily repetition rewires behavior better than occasional heroic sessions. Track outcomes. How fast you start, how often you drift, and how you feel after. Data removes drama and guides precise adjustments. Over weeks, the brain learns a pattern. Resistance still appears, but you respond automatically with the Lotus map and micro steps. If you are severely impaired, do not self-punish. Get professional help. System support treatment, but they do not replace medical care. Behavior is a system. Clear next steps, stable body, and engineered environment. Fix the system, and hard things become doable. Now we build your exact protocol, Lotus setup. Start ritual, timer rules, and safeguards that keep progress consistent under pressure. Rule 1, choose one hard thing per session. Rule 2, choose one pedal. Rule 3, start one timer. Simplicity wins. Create a consistent cue, same chair, same time, same first click. Your brain learns a cue predicts safe effort, not danger. Protect sleep and reduce late stimulation. Tomorrow's focus is built tonight. Recovery is not laziness. It is executive function maintenance. With the system set, we force action ethically, tiny steps, clear pedals, predictable rewards. Now we lock the playbook. Step 1. Draw the Lotus Center goal, 8 pedals. Then give each pedal 8 micro actions to create instant clarity. Step 2. Choose the smallest action that moves you forward. If it takes under 2 minutes, perfect. Tiny starts defeat fear. Step 3. Start a 10-minute timer and work until it ends. Stopping on time builds trust and prevents burnout. Step 4. When distracted, write it down and return. Returning is a skill. Attention is trained by returning, not never drifting. Your KPI is start latency. If you start faster, you are winning. Output follows consistency, so maintain the system over intensity. Use pedals to match energy. Low energy means setup or organize. High energy means draft or solve. Steer effort intelligently. Install an if, then trigger. If you sit in the work chair, then you open a file. Scripts remove negotiation. Engineer friction. Make distraction inconvenient and work convenient. The brain chooses what is easiest, so design the choice. Reward the behavior, not the result. After the timer, check the box, stretch, sip water. Effort must predict safety. Visual progress reduces uncertainty. One note per session proves movement. Proof builds confidence, and confidence lowers threat. Plan your week like medicine. 5 short sessions and 2 recovery days. Predictability calms the nervous system. When stress spikes, downshift before forcing work. 2 minutes breathing, 5 minutes walking, then 1 micro step. If a step scares you, split again. Keep splitting until the first move is laughably easy, then start immediately. Editing is a separate pedal, limited to 1 pass. Unlimited editing is perfectionism disguised as productivity. Protect sleep. Late grinding raises cortisol and steals tomorrow's executive function. Stop on time and end sessions cleanly. Measure what matters, start time, minutes worked, distractions resisted, and mood after. If trends improve, it is working. Repeat daily for 30 days. The goal is automation once automated. Hard things start with less effort and less drama. If you struggle despite strong systems, consider evaluation for ADHD, anxiety, or depression. Care plus structure wins often. This method does not make you superhuman. It makes you consistent, and consistency compounds into results that look like talent. Over weeks, you'll feel calmer doing harder work. That is a flex, stable nervous system, stable habits, steady output. Stop waiting to feel ready. Readiness is a myth. Start with a micro step, and your brain follows. Choose protocol over moods. Moods are weather. Systems are architecture, and architecture wins when life gets messy. Summary: lower threat, lower friction, raise clarity, add reward. The Lotus Method is how you apply it. If you can start, you can finish. The battle is the first 2 minutes win those, and the day bends your way. Now we close with a 1-sentence takeaway and a simple challenge you can try today. No myths, just measurable progress. Final takeaway: shrink the next step, structure options with the Lotus Method, and reward starts until habits automate. Motivation is unreliable. Structure is reliable. Build structure, and your brain stops debating and starts executing. Recap: draw the lotus. Choose 1 micro step. Start a timer. Park distractions. Reward the behavior. Repeat daily. If your body is dysregulated, poor sleep, high stress, depression, fix physiology alongside productivity. Your brain is an organ. Command center verdict: reduce start latency and increase consistency. When those improve, output follows without emotional drama. Try this today: 1 hard thing, 1 pedal, 10 minutes, then stop on time. Ending cleanly makes tomorrow easier. Tell me your hard thing and first micro step. Sharing creates gentle accountability and helps others copy your strategy. If this helped, like and subscribe. I will keep translating neuroscience into practical systems you can use immediately. Forcing your brain is not violence, it is design. Make the right action easiest, and your brain follows the path. Your brain avoids hard things to protect you. Prove safety with micro steps in the Lotus Method, and focus shows up